Hello, welcome. I just wanted to start by saying that success is in reach, your dreams can get clearer, and your leadership lid can be raised. So, let's get to it. Here we go. All right, welcome. We are hanging out in part two of our Getting Conversations Right series. I hope that you found the conversation that we had yesterday helpful. We're going to dive into that a little bit more today. So let's go. I hope that you're finding these conversations and these videos valuable. I really hope that when you take a 5 or 10 minutes to check out this video, that something I'm saying is adding value to you, because that's one of the things that this is really all about, is adding value to you. Man, and I really appreciate the positive feedback, the sharing of the videos. That's awesome. The text messages of encouragement. That's great. Just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't know how much that means to me. I really do have a desire for you to increase your influence with others and reach your full potential. As I said at the very beginning, success is in reach. Your dreams can get clear. We can paint a better picture of that. Your leadership lid can be raised. And so we want to continue to learn and understand how to navigate these crucial conversations. Yesterday, I said that we needed to start with these three questions. What do I really want for myself? What do I really want for others? And what do I really want for the relationship? See, there's this kind of, maybe it's spoken, but sometimes there's this cultural moray that we should have no political or religious conversations. You ever heard that? No political or religious conversations. And I think that us not having those types of really important conversations have had a detriment on our culture. We're afraid to have those conversations. And so because we know that sometimes they can really end bad, that they can fracture the relationship. So when we start those conversations that can tend to be crucial, they have high stakes, high emotions, and differing opinions. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about a crucial conversation. Political conversations and religious conversations fit right into those. But not all political and religious conversations have to end terribly. There's also lots of different types of conversations that you can have. I remember 2 times specifically in my life where I thought I was just going to have just a standard, regular old, run-of-the-mill conversation with my boss, and ended up leaving that conversation not having a job. That conversation was crucial. And to be honest, both the times that it happened to me, I did not handle it very well. That was far before I understood any of these principles. See, the second thing, day number 2, we need to understand that when we're in a critical conversation, when things start to get emotional, when our emotions run rampant on us, we tend to either go to silence, we shut down, we don't want to have the conversation, we start going someplace else in our mind, we're saying, no, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. Or we go to violence, we get upset, we lash out, we say things that we don't mean. And it's an emotional response. We're caught in this stressful situation, and so that tends to be one or the other is where we go. And so I want to help us this morning kind of think through some of that. For me, I'm more of a go-to violence type person. I get upset, I get angry, I start to say things that I don't mean, especially when I'm caught off guard, when I'm called into the office just for, I think, of a casual conversation and end up leaving with no job. Now, I could have handled those conversations better. And so I want to help you handle those conversations better. So when we feel like the conversation starts to get crucial, high stakes, high emotions, differing opinions, and we feel like we're starting to go to silence or violence, or the person we're talking to has shut down, or they've gotten upset, what has happened is there is a lack of feeling of safety in that conversation. And when we don't feel safe, when we feel like that there isn't trust, that there's this trust with the other person that we're talking to, that can really start to damage the rest of the conversation. And so there's three things that we can do to help make the conversation safe again, whether we're not feeling safe in the conversation or we feel like we've lost safety with the other person, that they start to go to silence or violence, they start to shut down, or they start to get upset. So those are some key things that we can look at. So let's talk about the three things that we can do. The first thing is that we can step out of the conversation and acknowledge that safety might be gone. Hey, it seems like you're getting upset in this conversation. We need to backtrack a little bit and make sure that we're on the same page. Can we do that before we move forward? Something as simple as that can help regain safety in the conversation. It may be a tough subject you're talking about. It could be intimacy with a partner. It could be a raise or promotion. It could be losing your job. There's lots of different ways that this conversation can feel unsafe. Go to silence or violence. So step out of the conversation, step out of the content of the conversation, and address the safety issue first. And just acknowledge that you don't feel like it's safe. The second thing that we can do is that we can state our mutual purpose. Those questions that we asked ourselves yesterday, what do I really want for myself? What do I really want for others? And what do I really want for this relationship? We need to state that clearly. This is what I'm hoping to get out of this conversation. I'm hoping to understand why you've made this decision. Or this is what I'm hoping to get out of our conversation here today. Or I'm searching after truth. I know particularly in political and religious conversations, which are a lot of the conversations that I have that end up being crucial, to state my path clearly. I'm looking for truth. Are you on a journey for truth too? Yes? Okay, well then now we need to talk about how we might be able to find that truth. I just had somebody tell me last night that they explicitly said, I don't trust that what you're telling me is actually true. Well, the first thing I needed to do is to establish that they can trust me, that there is some mutual trust, that we're working and we're heading towards the same goal. And so they're asking, just like we're asking, of the person that we're having a conversation with, do they really care about me? And do they really care about the goals of this conversation? Now, if we don't know what the goals are in this conversation, that's where stating them explicitly is helpful. So when we feel like that someone goes to silence or violence and that safety in the conversation is broken, the first thing we need to do is to step out and acknowledge that. Second thing we need to do is we need to state or find our mutual purpose. And the third thing that we need to do is we need to see others in the conversation the way that we want to be seen. We need to see them with respect, that we need to have an admiration for them in that moment, that they are a child of God, that they're a creature worthy of the conversation and worthy of respect in that moment for you to have the conversation. And when we start to see them like that, hopefully they will start to see us like that, and we can regain the safety that's needed to move forward in the conversation. One of the major pieces of this is when safety is gone, there is no sense in moving forward. So just to kind of sum up today, if you didn't get a chance to watch yesterday's video, please go back and do that. It's on my wall. It's on the blog, www.pluggedintoleadership.com. You can check out the questions that you should ask yourself before you get into that conversation, or if you feel like you're moving into this conversation, if you're blindsided with the crucial conversation, stop and step out of the conversation, acknowledge that safety might be gone, find or state your mutual purpose, and see the other person that you're having the conversation with respect. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really hope this is valuable for you. My suggestion yesterday was to maybe watch this video over lunch. It's about 10 minutes, and then discuss the topic. Looking for 50 shares this week. 50 shares of videos from Plugged Into Leadership, Tea with Tim. So glad that you tuned in today. I will see you again tomorrow. I love each one of you. Thank you so much again for the encouragement. We'll be back tomorrow with part number 3 in Getting Conversations Right. Thanks.